Yo, what up, Street Dogs? Eric Kim. All right, uh, so some thoughts. So first and foremost, I can't speak for you because I don't know what your laws are, but insofar much as you can, walk around outdoors as much as you can. So this is my new thought. Walk a lot outdoors, don't go anywhere that's indoors. So even for me personally, I've been doing a lot of Cindy's been doing the grocery delivery service. There's a service we have here called Peapod. It goes through the Stop and Shop. It's essentially like one of our local grocery chains. And so we haven't needed to step inside a grocery store for like almost a month or 2 months, which is actually pretty good for us. And actually we don't own a car, so it saves time for us as well. And so I think people is kind of getting it wrong, is they're spending a lot of time going inside Walmart and stocking up on toilet paper, but I'm like, yo, that's probably the worst place you could be right now, anywhere that's indoors. But I don't know, I think right now is actually the best time for you to go on walks, nature walks and stuff like that, because first of all, there's nobody on the streets, so the chance of you catching some sort of something is practically nil. And not only that, but it's actually a very unique time because since there's nobody on the streets, there's no cars, it's actually really nice and quiet. So I can actually let myself think a little bit, which is actually really, really good for me and really happy for me. And so I've been able to think a lot more turbo thoughts. And my personal thought is living through COVID, it's almost like being on a permanent like silent retreat. And even when me and Cindy were living abroad in Japan, we both don't know Japanese, so it's like we didn't talk to nobody else either. How's it going, man? So essentially the whole time, none of us is really even caring about, interacting with other people. So social distancing, I think, is actually quite easy. Now, what I think is not good for the soul or the mind is to be stuck indoors all day. So obviously, I don't know where you live, but if you're still allowed to go to the grocery store or walk the dog or walk around the block or get some exercise, I would say, yeah, just insofar much as you can, walk around as much as you can publicly outdoors and get as much fresh air as you can. And actually one of the things I'm grateful for COVID is, man, you don't know how much you appreciate something until you lose it. So for example, before COVID, like I didn't realize how much of a luxury or a privilege it was to even just go outside and go on a walk. And so now I'm like, man, I'm not gonna fucking spoil or take any of this for granted no more. And even some simple things, like I've been thinking a lot more about health in general, and I've been philosophizing on health. And so certainly it's not until these wanting times that we actually start to think about health more critically, and thinking about just how important it is for us as individuals and society in general. And also just thinking about this brave new world, this brave new economy, and just all the new opportunities for us. Because right now we're going through a period of economic creative destruction, insofar much as whenever there's moments of destruction, there's new opportunities. Hello, cat. What's your name? My name is Black Cat. Nope, don't touch me, you might have COVID. Where are you going? Nope, don't go next to me. Yep, nope, keep your distance. Right, so so some other things to think about, right, is, I don't know, I think right now is actually probably one of the best times for you to start blogging or vlogging or shoot vlogging. I'm using a Lumix G9, a 12mm Leica Lumix lens, and a Rode video mic with a Windjammer on top, and I'm just using all auto everything, and I just shoot the MP4 video and I upload it directly to YouTube. And so yeah, I think it's a really good opportunity for you to actually walk and traverse the streets. And like, it's interesting because like back in the days of Robert Capa and Cartier-Bresson and Magnum, they're photographing and documenting war. But now we're kind of living through a metaphorical war where it's a war with a virus, and obviously like the world is in chaos. And I really do think that in times of chaos is actually when there's a most birth or genesis to anything that's creative or innovative and stuff like that. So rather than thinking about, oh, you know, it's so sad that, how's it going, man? Rather than thinking about all the downsides of, you know, this chaos in the world, yeah, think about all the upsides, because once again, it's a moment of chaos and destruction, which gives genesis to the artist, the creator, the innovator, and yeah, that's just my personal thought. So yeah, don't bemoan the fact that the world's in chaos right now, and also kind of don't wait on things to get back to the way things were, because things like history doesn't rewind, it doesn't go back, it doesn't like, there's no Control Z or Command Z option. Is, you know, just the world and life is constantly in flux and it's constantly changing and evolving, so it's never going to go back to the way things used to be. And so once I think we realize, so like as a thought example, let's imagine you could never travel again ever, can never leave your city, can never, let's assume that this quarantine lifestyle is here to stay forever. You know, obviously it's not gonna, but then if we had the mindset that the lifestyle we're living right now is going to be around for the next 5 years, I don't know, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a chance for us to finally kind of get on with our lives and think, oh, you know, how can I actually, you know, adapt to the world right now and start living right now rather than waiting until things kind of go back to the way things used to be. So people often use the term adaptation. I mean, obviously that's a good phrase. I mean, this sounds bad, but I kind of prefer more the notion of exploitation. Not exploitation in terms of like taking advantage of other people's, but I think it's more of like exploitation of reality in so far much as, you know, obviously bad shit is happening, and how can we best exploit, you know, chaos to our own personal benefit and randomness and chance. And so generally my notion is, you know, when things are crazy and chaotic and stuff like that, how can you use this chance for you to wake up, for you to re-challenge your notions, re-challenge your thoughts and stuff like that, and essentially live a life where you're kind of starting to think more about, thinking more critically about your life, your life's mission and stuff like that, and for you to actually become insanely focused on what's truly important to you. So yeah, so just think about the chaos of life right now as the ultimate filter, as a chance for you to really think about what's essential to you and only focus on what you care about.